What's up, you mutts? It's another episode of the Kevin Clancy Show. I'm going to crack myself an ice cold Miller Lite in my Miller Lite shoezy. Still rocking the shoezy. Because it's brutally hot, unbearably comfortable here in the summertime. I got my ice cold Miller Lites in the Miller Lite fridge over there. It's the only thing that gets me through this time, not only because it's a cold, enjoyable beverage, but also because I'm going to need to catch a buzz if I'm going to live in this godforsaken fucking city in this godforsaken season. And it's been a big hubbub here at Barstool and the internet about whether you're on Team Summer or anti-summer. My esteemed colleague, Kelly Keegan, just wrote a blog. Everyone talking shit about the summertime is just a big whiny baby that doesn't appreciate anything in life. Just at me next time, Kelly Keegan. Ridiculous. We'll read the blog. Let's read the blog. There's been a lot of shit talk on summertime lately. I get it. It's hot. People sweat. It's hard to get cool. The big bad sun cooks your insides while you're on your way to work. Yes. She says, boo fucking who? But yeah, for real, boo fucking who? I'm going to cry about that. That sounds absolutely god-awful. You dumb, skinny bitch. Did you ever try, I don't know, just sweating less, controlling your bodily fluids? Maybe if you didn't get so worked up about how hot it is, you could cool down. Maybe if you shut your fucking yap, you'd stop releasing all the hot air from your body into the atmosphere. Yeah, maybe I get a little worked up. But if there's one person who's going to talk shit about shutting your yap, I mean, pot, meat, kettle, Kelly Keegs. She says, I love the summer. I absolutely love it. Sweat and all. I'll take the hot urine plus garbage combo all day long over getting a fucking migraine because my ears are freezing off in the winter month. Yet again, you're making my point. In this city, and all cities, we'll talk about the broad picture in a second when I'm done with this ridiculous piece of propaganda. The hot urine garbage smell, yeah, that's fucking awful. And that's going to happen in any city anywhere, but particularly New York City. So yeah, that's fucking disgusting. And I don't just look past that because I get a tan or some shit. No, that's fucking disgusting to live inside of a one gigantic garbage dumpster that's being heated up by the fucking ball of sun, by the ball of gas that just burns our entire city to a smelly garbage crisp. And then you get the girls talking about you get a migraine because your ears are cold. Girls and their fucking headaches. What a crock of shit that is. Every girl has a migraine all the time. No, you fucking don't. Do you know what a migraine is? A migraine is like a debilitating skull disease that's occurring in your brain. You have a little headache because, you haven't drank enough water or you drank too much fucking wine with your dumb girls' night the night before. That's why your head hurts. You're not having a migraine. You're not having a snow headache. That's what I used to hear all the time. Oh, I get headaches when it's going to snow. Shut the fuck up, okay, Dr. Wizard? All right, meteorologist Sam Champion here. You're not a X-Men with a mutant power where you can, sense the snow is coming. You just have a headache because, you're 28, you eat, garbage, and you drink all day long. You vape, you survive on, a vape and fucking sun, okay? That's why your head hurts. If you choose winter over summer, you've never had seasonal depression. You're goddamn right, because I have year-round depression, bitch. That's what it really comes down to, is that life sucks when you're an adult, so it doesn't matter whether it's summer, winter, spring, or fall, so I don't want to sweat. Your life is just garbage no matter what once you're an adult with real responsibilities, so I'd rather be comfortable. So I'm not comfortable in the winter when it's freezing cold. I'm certainly not comfortable in the winter when it's blazing hot. But in the winter, I can get warm. I can put on a dope jacket, get on a nice hat and scarf, some gloves, and I can warm myself up. In the summer, you can't do that. You go outside, you're hot, you're fucking hot. That's it. There's no way to cool yourself down. Seasonal depression. I'm an adult. I have regular depression. I can at least see the arguments for spring or fall. Well, good to know that you're not completely brain dead, Kelly. Spring is too cold and rainy. Fall used to be good, but we barely have fall on anyone. So who's complaining now? You're complaining about the other 75% of the fucking year, you jerk off. Spring is not too cold. I guess rainy, but whatever. Spring is good. Fall is the best. Fall is the best season, and anybody who's being honest with themselves as an adult, it's fall. What happens is you get brainwashed by big summer. Summer propaganda has been embedded in your brain since you were a child. Because when you're a kid, summer's fucking dope. Think about it. here's what happens. You're a child. You have 3 months off from school. That's incredible, right? You don't have to go to school, no homework, no tests, no nothing. Also, when you are like 8 years old, a huge 3-month chunk of your life is, proportionally speaking, it's way, like 3 months now is like fucking nothing. I'm 36. I'm going to be dead soon. 3 months is like 3 weeks. It's like a flash in the pan. When I'm 8 years old, that means what? I'm 8 years old. I've been alive for 96 months. So if all of a sudden I get 3 months off out of the 96 that I've been alive, it's like having a whole fucking year off. So you're trained to love summertime because you have no responsibilities and you're riding your bike and you're chasing girls and you're fucking playing sports and you're going to the pool and you're going to the beach, you're going on vacation, your parents are paying for everything, you're eating ice cream, all that shit. It's fun then. So you tell yourself forever that summer's amazing and you're waiting for the summer, but you're not. Not when you're an adult. If you're an adult and you like the summer, here's what's going on. One, you are rich. Like Dave is chirping me now. Yeah, KFC, summertime sucks. Well, he eats a hot dog with fucking ketchup on it. Grow up. I don't really care about the hot dog ketchup thing. People get really bent out of shape about that. Mustard is far superior. And there's many better ways to have a hot dog. The chili cheese dog is superior. The onions are superior. Ketchup, I'll never put on my hot dog, but I'm also not going to, fucking try to, execute you by firing squad because you put fucking ketchup on your hot dog. People get so bent out of shape about that. So Dave's eating hot dogs and taking bad pictures of like the sunset, telling me that summer sucks. Yeah, summer for him is fucking great. He doesn't have a care in the world anymore. He's fucking rich for life, and his entire life is a permanent vacation in a tropical spot. If I had a $14 million mansion in Miami, actually I don't even know if I would want to go to Miami. It's too hot. If I had a boat, a pool, a beach, some sort of private body of water where I'm just like lounging all day long, and I don't have to commute, and I don't have to do shit with my kids, and I don't have to work. Yeah, then summertime's great. So you either have like the best job in the world or you're super rich, or you don't have any job at all. You don't have any fucking responsibilities. So you're a beach bum. I guess if you're just living like a child in fucking Neverland, Peter Pan, grow up, yeah, then maybe summer's good for you. For the rest of the people, the vast majority of the world, you're lying to yourself if you still think you love summer. Because if you have a job, if you live in a city, New York City being the absolute worst, but anybody who lives in anything that's remotely metropolitan, you're not going to have a yard, you're not going to have a backyard, you're not going to have a barbecue, you're not going to have a pool, you're not going to have anything. Especially if you have kids. Now, the kids don't even go to school. Now I got to worry about my kids. I got to fucking be around my kids all the time. Ugh, disgusting. And then people say well, why don't you go on vacation, go to the beach? What a fucking production that is. Again, with the kids, you want to pack up the kids and all the shit that comes with it. You're going to bring all their toys. You're going to bring umbrellas and fucking tents so that they don't get sunburned. You don't want to get That's another thing you have to worry about in the summer, by the way. The UV radiation burning your flesh. That's a selling point for you assholes. Gotta lather yourself up with basically Elmer's glue to stop the fucking UV radiation from burning your flesh and killing you. Awesome. Idiots. You go to the beach and you pack everything up and you bring it down there. You get sand in every fucking crevice. You're boiling hot. The people who can just sit on the beach and do nothing. If you want to put me on a beach and give me a drink, I can do it. You want to play some games? I can do it. I'm in and out of the water? Sure. People who just sit on the beach all day long roasting while the seagulls swarm and the fucking... it's just... Especially some of the beaches around here. Come on. No. Stop. It's a whole thing. You go down there for 10 minutes and I'm done. I'm like, I want to get out of here. I'm sweating. I'm hot. I'm sunburned. It's gross. The pool is the pool is the best body of water in the summer. A private pool. Not poor. I'm not going to the public pool. The private pool at home, heated to what you like it, whatever temperature you want, clean, crystal clear. You can go in the house. You can go to the pool, whatever you want. Then comes the beach. The beach is nice at certain times of your life. I get it. I mean, as I say this, the reason I can tell you that this is a genuine take and I'm not just spouting off here to be contrarian is because there was a time when I loved the summer. Some of my favorite times of my life was when I went to the Hamptons and the Jersey Shore, got a share house for the summer. I love those summer days. That's back when I didn't have responsibilities and it didn't really matter, and I could still party and still wanted to go places, and I still didn't really have a care in the world. So I used to love the summer. Now, when you're an adult, it's garbaggio. So it goes pool, beach, and then you have the lake people, the disgusting lake people. Let me go swim in a big fucking just stagnant puddle of dirt water. And don't start with the fucking Great Lakes. That's basically like a little ocean, okay? People are like, I've never been to fucking Lake Ontario or whatever. It's like, that doesn't fucking count. There's like waves in that shit. I'm talking about the people who go to like a real lake in the East Coast. Maybe you go to these places like Yellowstone or something. It's like beautiful everywhere. Some of these fucking lakes that you degenerates go to, upstate New York or some fucking New Jersey lake. Ugh. Have some respect for yourself, okay? Pool Beach Lake. It's the only time I can even tolerate the anyway, back to, Kelly Keegan's dissertation here, where she was just proving all my points. But you'd rather throw your back out shoveling snow? No, again, I'm not poor. I'm not doing the manual labor that comes along with the winter. I'm paying someone to do that. And funneling whiskey down your gullet to numb the darkness both inside and out? Well, that sounds about right. And that sounds rather enjoyable. And if the author of this here piece is going to claim that she doesn't enjoy funneling whiskey or various liquors down her gullet to numb the pain, she's a liar. And then you'd rather do that than sit under an umbrella and watch waves crash and enjoy a fruity drink with an umbrella in it. I mean, yeah, I'm cool to go on the beach for like 15 minutes. Let me be there for the sunset. And then let's go do something. Go somewhere indoors that's comfortable, where there's television and entertainment and food and booze. Sitting on an open field of sand. It's like, yeah, people used to do that when there was no entertainment in the world. It's like watching the fireworks or watching a parade. And we don't need to do these things anymore. There's modern entertainment. Anyway, she concludes with something I do subscribe to. Maybe we all need to take a step back and realize it's not the season, it's where we live. Ding, ding, ding. Over in Europe, they take the entire summer off. They lay around in the sun, drink, sleep, swim, whatever the hell they want. Everything all you bitch about during the summertime, then bypass it completely. So maybe we start over there. June to August, we don't work. We go on holiday. We come back refreshed, and I don't have to hear any fat fucks complaining about the heat anymore. You dumb skinny bitch. But I am down with that. And the problem with summer is much more the location I'm in, the life I've chosen, and yeah, my fat grossness, that definitely comes into effect. But guess what? I am representing the majority of people. The majority of people aren't living the fucking lavish life. They aren't living the life of no responsibility. They are kind of fat and gross, and they are living in a city with a job with responsibility. So who are all these people who have all the time in the world to just live in Never Never Land sitting on the beach all day? If you got any sort of job in any sort of city, with any sort of family, any sort of responsibilities, I just don't even get it. I can't even begin to understand how this could be your favorite fucking season. It's just your regular life, which, as I just described, kind of fucking sucks, plus the sweat, plus the uncomfortability, plus the sunburn and the sand. It's just crazy. If you're like 24, 25, I get it. You're single, living, and you live in the beautiful, beachfront property. Sure, I get it, but that ain't the majority of people. So if the 1% of people say they love summertime, okay, I'm all about it. Who are these people who say this is their favorite time of year? I'm looking at you guys commuting to work, pouring with sweat, absolutely vile and disgusting. I see it. I'm looking at you splotchy and sunburned. I'm watching you fucking smearing zinc all on your face because our human bodies can't even be outdoors during this season. It's like we're poisoning our bodies. It's like if we went to another planet and was like, well, the only problem is the atmosphere burns our skin. We'd be like, well, we can't go outside. And yet here on Earth, we're like, let's go outside for the summer where we burn up. Insanity. Give me fall all day fucking long. That first fall, when the season turns and it's a little bit crispy, there's a little chill in the air. And don't get me started on the clothes, by the way. You know how ridiculous most humans look wearing shorts? I look preposterous wearing shorts. You're a grown adult man wearing fucking shorts with your your cream cheese legs sticking out the bottom? No, absolutely not. If everybody was hot, rich, and had no responsibilities, the summers would be great. But guess what? That's not fucking reality. There's one group of people that does have that does live that life. And I'll talk about them in a second. The only way I can survive through the summer is wearing the appropriate clothes, where I look stylish, but I'm still cool and comfortable. And that's why I rock Mizzen and Main. They've got these materials that are moisture wicking, that keeps you cool and comfortable, with a nice like short sleeve button up, nice polos, nice summertime gear to make you look sharp, but also make it fucking bearable. If it wasn't for Mizzen and Main, I don't think I'd go outside at all. I don't think I would leave the house. I leave the house, I'm like, make sure I got my new Mizzen and Main button up on, because it's the only way that I'm not going to be a sweat monster. It's the only way that I'm not going to be disgusting until, September 15th. We're in it for the long haul now, folks. So you got to, this is not even like buy a shirt. This is like buy a uniform. Buy your gear. Buy your pads almost. Like suit up for the summer wearing Mizzen and Main, because it's the only shirts that's going to make you look sharp and comfortable and make sure that you're not sweating with that moisture wicking technology. I don't know how they do it. It's honestly like a scientific marvel. But all I know is that when I put on that shirt, I feel loose. I feel comfortable, especially if you are, like I said, a normal person commuting to work every day. You got to go into the office. You're back to normal after COVID's done, and you got to dress up and still look, the part, business casual, look sharp, look smart. Usually you're wearing that like oppressive, hot, buttoned all the way up, and you're wearing those shirts that old school white dress shirts feel like you're wearing bed sheets. Feels like somebody took extra bed sheets and threw some buttons on them. And when you see a guy, a dude sweating through his wet, white, button-up, old school, like, shitty dress shirt, oh my God, there's no worse look. You're down bad to the maximum. That's like jump in front of the tracks, man. You can't handle it. But a Mizzen and Main shirt looks like a comfortable, cool, calm, collected guy. And right now, when you go to mizzenandmain.com, use promo code Clancy, you get 15% off your order. That's Mizzen and Main, Mizzen and Main.com. Use promo code Clancy, get 15% off, and get that summertime gear so you don't sweat. We just wrapped up Pride Month here in Pride Month in general, but in New York City, where it is the capital. And I cannot think of something I'm less equipped for than Pride Month. Pride is bananas. And it just keeps getting bigger and better and crazier and nakeder and wilder every year as everything becomes more common and accepted and progressive. It is just an all-out fuckfest party here in New York City. And there was a scene in New York this past, so like the final month of June is when it's the big finale for Pride, right? So the LGBTQ community's going ham. I mean, not a single person had a shirt on. Maybe half of them had pants on. Most people were just running around naked. You just asses out, dicks out, tits out, everybody partying in the streets doing whatever the fuck they want. I got no beef with that. I'll throw it in there. If you're a gay guy living it up, you can enjoy summer too, because you're always in shape, so you want to pop the top off. You don't have any kids. You're just partying for the most part. You are just sexy, young, and ready to party. Just fucking go out, get naked, sweat it up. Doesn't matter. Sure, go ahead. For the skinny, fat, cream cheese, cis, white, male, straight, hetero loser, it's our kryptonite. It's our weakness. But the final weekend of Pride had the big finale. Then there was the Derek Chauvin sentencing. So Black Lives Matter had like another rally. And then there was some Palestinian-Israeli shit going on. And all of a sudden, all of these parades and protests and demonstrations, all of them combined in Manhattan. And it was downright terrifying for a straight white male. I mean, you couldn't be in the streets. You know what word I'm done with, by the way? The ally term. Everybody wants an ally. You were not an ally to anybody in this moment. You're a straight guy. Nobody's fucking with you in the Pride Parade. You're a white guy. Nobody wants you at the Black Lives Matter thing. And when it comes to the Palestinian-Israeli shit, nobody knows what the fuck to say. Nobody knows whose side to be on. Nobody knows what's going on. Everybody's killing everybody. It's like, I can't say a fucking word about it. If you were in the streets on Saturday and Sunday this past weekend in New York City, and you were just an average white dude, average straight white guy, you were, I mean, your life was in danger. You could have just been swept away by any three of those movements and just been gobbled up, chewed up, and spit out. Like, get this guy the fuck out of there. The ally thing, I can't deal. I mentioned the story on KFC Radio. I heard a story of a big pride party to end the weekend, and they were playing music, and there was a straight girl there. And it was already kind of weird. It was always like, can straight people come to this party? Which I get it. On the one side, it's like, this is supposed to be, Pride. It's our month. It's our time. It's our party. We want to celebrate it with our people. You want to be comfortable and live, completely open and free, especially in a community where sometimes you have to hide it and keep it sheltered and closed and roped off, and you want to just like let it out. And if you're not feeling that you're totally safe, I get it. But at the same time, if we're talking about, let's be inclusive and let's be equal and love and all that shit, kind of bullshit to then turn around and like be exclusive of straight people. So that was already kind of bubbling. And then music was being played, and it was a Harry Styles song. And Harry Styles has got to be, king of all sexualities at this point. That dude's just fucking everybody, anything. And it was mentioned that and this girl said, like, who sings this song? She thought it was Justin Bieber instead of Harry Styles. And it was like a record scratch moment, being like, excuse me? I guess you're not an ally. What? Throwing around this ally term. It's like, yeah, listen, I'm a fucking ally when it really matters. I'm not an ally if you get mad at me that I don't know fucking Harry Styles versus Justin Bieber, some obscure song that I haven't heard. Fuck off with that nonsense. Can't stand it. It ends up being so hypocritical. It's like you're for a community trying to be all inclusive. Then you're excluding people, and guess especially when it's a straight girl. It's like, listen, we're all just trying to fuck dudes. We have more in common than you ever think. We could share conversations and stories for fucking days. Well, that ally nonsense. But man, that scene in the city. There used to be a time in New York City when summertime Puerto Rican Day Parade was fucking madness. That was like, I don't even know if they still do it, but that was like straight up danger in the streets. Like, if you're not down and you're not a part of it, like, do not get involved. Do not get swallowed up by it. The traffic, the partying, the commotion. I mean, it was fucking wild back in the day. I haven't seen anything approach that until the greatest storm, the superstorm that came together, the Pride, Black Lives Matter, Palestinian conflict. I mean, that was as crazy as the New York City streets I've seen maybe in my whole life, especially coming out of COVID. It was absolutely wild to watch from the point of view of a guy who's just like, I got no dog in any of these fucking fights. I'm getting back inside where I belong. Barstool indoors for life, air conditioning for life. That's how it should be. Wake me up when the fucking fall is here. Wake me up when the temperature is at least or no higher than, I could do 74. 74 is my limit. As soon as it starts to get to mid to high 70s, I start to get uncomfortable. 80s is like, can I still wear pants? And then 90s is like, if I'm gonna run on a presidential platform, if it's 90 degrees or higher, we shut it down. The whole country, shut it down. Shut down the stock markets. Work day's over. I mean, what's going on right now in the fucking the heat dome in like Oregon? It's like 115 degrees out there. It's fucking insanity. I'm not going outside during that. Presidential platform, anything above 90 degrees, we just call it a day. And maybe Kelly's right. We should adopt some shit from Europe. That's how do they get away? How do they get away with that? Siesta and all that shit. Just doing nothing for like months on end. And the world keeps spinning. They're not losing their jobs. How do we get the short end of that stick? We're Americans. We're supposed to be fat and lazy and yet we work harder and like grind our fingers to the bone. Don't take vacation. Don't take days off. What the fuck is that about? We got to take back that lazy American, label. If we're gonna get hit with that, we might as well not work. You can call us ignorant, sure. You can call us stupid, definitely. You can call us fat, yes. But lazy, we're not lazy. We work way too fucking much, and you all know it. You're just taking your naps over there talking shit about us. Europe's got to figure it out, man. Apparently, Scottie Pippen has it all figured out as well when it comes to trying to sell books and sell his new liquor. Scottie Pippen is on a media tour right now, the likes of which we had not seen in quite some time when it comes to trolling. Scottie Pippen, all-time legend in my eyes, a guy who grew up in like my time. Scottie Pippen is one of the most underappreciated people of all time. What he's doing right now on his media tour to sell his book and sell his new rum or whiskey or whatever it is straight up out of control. And he's dominating the internet right now with his headlines. Not in a good way. He's just kind of running rampant on the internet because there's all sorts of bullshit out there on the World Wide Web, and that's why you got to use IPVanish. IPVanish is a VPN. It's a virtual private network that allows you to control your internet consumption. So you want to make sure your identity is safe. You want to make sure people aren't seeing what you do on the internet. You want to make sure your browsing is private, what you're signing up for is private, where you're spending your money is private. You don't want your identity stolen. You want to be able to access other countries. So whether you're streaming something or trying to access other websites, sometimes you can't get it if you're here in America, or sometimes it's only over in the UK. Well, if you use IPVanish, poof, all those problems disappear. It keeps you safe. It keeps your identity safe. It keeps you private. It lets you browse anywhere you want in the world so that your internet provider doesn't really know exactly where you are. So IPVanish is the only way where you can really have your own personal private internet experience and not worry about some of the drawbacks of the people who are scamming and the people who are thieves and the people who are watching and stealing and scamming. So go to ipvanish.com/Clancy and you can get 65% off a VPN that's going to mask your internet usage and let you do it privately and safely. That's ipvanish.com/Clancy, all lowercase letters. ipvanish.com/Clancy. Get 65% off right now to get that VPN going. Scottie Pippen blatantly just coming out and saying that Phil Jackson is a racist. One of the more ridiculous. Like, I don't think anybody is taking it seriously, but it's making all these headlines, and he's coming, and he's clearly got an agenda. He just wants to make headlines. He just wants to get eyeballs and ears, and you can't even take it seriously when someone is peddling products and pushing, but kind of a wild move from Scotty. He was on the Dan Patrick Show. He was talking about the infamous time that they drew up the play for Tony Kukoc instead of him, even though it was his team. Michael was gone. Scotty wanted the last shot. They drew it up for Tony. Tony Kukoc ended up hitting it. We all saw it on The Last Dance. Scotty never really got the respect he deserved then. He certainly really hasn't got it in the appreciation he deserves all time. And now with moves like this, he's definitely not going to get it because everyone's like, shut the fuck up, man. Phil Jackson is like the furthest thing from a racist. He's like I don't even think he believes in race. I don't even think he believes in, like, humans. He's just the Zen master who thinks we're all just, like, souls and spirits living in these fucking vessels. Doesn't care if it's black, white, green, male, female, whatever. He's just like, can you coexist together and throw a ball through a rim? That's all we fucking care about. I mean, he's done it with young guys, old guys, black guys, white guys, European guys, every which way. Phil Jackson has done it. So calling him a racist because he drew up a shot for a white guy. I mean, in what world is drawing up a play during a basketball game for a white guy? Like, that's the opposite. I mean, you want to talk about an ally. He's trying to be progressive there. We're going to give the white guy the shot in basketball? Give me a fucking break, man. How many times has he drawn up a shot for a black guy? A zillion. And Dan Patrick says, like, so are you calling Phil Jackson a racist? He's like, yep, I'm comfortable with that. That's fucking crazy, man. And he's talking in the third person. He looks crazy. He looks ridiculous. His hair is all, like, out of control. He's kind of always had, like, a weird-looking face, but now that age is catching up to him, he looks even stranger. And, I get it's a dude who, like, never quite had the respect he wanted. When The Last Dance aired, nobody really gave him it was more about how he kind of got clowned and overshadowed and underpaid. It was never really a great look for Scotty. Then you fast forward to today, and Larsa Pippen is just fucking everybody. Larsa Pippen fucks anybody she cares about. Like, she doesn't give a fuck who it is. She doesn't give a shit. She will bang you and talk about it. And Scotty's just sitting there like, what? So that's not great. It's been a tough run for him. So maybe, you know what? I'll kind of come around. It's like, fucking get your money then, Scotty. Whatever. You know, nobody's giving you what you deserve, so fucking, I give it back. Fuck Phil Jackson. Fuck Larsa Pippen. Fuck everybody. Just let me sell my liquor and buy my book. Because I'm a surly old man from the old era of the NBA. There's nothing quite like an old school NBA versus a new school NBA argument. There's two things that's just pointless in doing. Old school basketball versus new school basketball. Old school rap versus new school rap. I talked about it last episode, talking about, you know, the old rap that I think can't be competed with. But, of course, you know, there are people who just blatantly are, you know, disagree with me and will never see my side of it. Same thing with basketball. But the slander that's going on Scottie Pippen's game now, because of these stupid comments. Like, you could separate the fact that he's being a dumbass and he's slandering somebody and making shit up, and that doesn't affect that he was an unbelievable basketball player. I mean, if you're my age, if you grew up watching those Bulls teams, you know, people talk about the super team now where 2 or 3 guys get all the attention. MJ was getting all the attention, but there was a big 3 almost always there, whether it was Rodman and Pippen, or prior to that with Horace Grant and Pip. Like, Pip was always that dude. So to you know, diminish what he did back then because he's being an absolute idiot now is insanity. You know, if you're going to give KD and Steph both their respect, even though they were on the same team, or now you got Kyrie, Steph, and Kyrie Harden and KD, if you got, you know, any of the big 3s that have ever existed, you've always given love to multiple people. I don't know why all of a sudden it's just MJ with no love for Scotty, because he was that fucking good, especially in NBA Jam. If you were playing against the Bulls in NBA Jam when it was Scotty and Michael, you had to be up by like 4 points or more with the final shot, because they would always do that underhanded full court shot, and it was always going in, and you were always losing in overtime. It was like programmed into the fucking game. You couldn't stop it. That was Scotty, man. He was that fucking good. In the video games, in real life, always. And never got the love he deserved. It's actually kind of terrifying when you think about Scottie Pippen. You don't ever want to be a Scottie Pippen, really. To be a dude who was like that good. Think about like how good Scottie Pippen was and how he's blatantly known as being the underpaid, underappreciated, no respect guy. Like, what? Could you imagine that? You rise through like the ranks of your sport, become a professional athlete, play alongside Michael Jordan. You're the perfect complement. You're probably like the second best player in the league, but nobody recognizes that because, you know, you're a candle in the sun next to MJ. Win all these titles, never get the money you deserve because MJ's getting all of it. Barely have enough time on your own during his prime and then after his retirement where you really got to show off the goods. Retire a champion, an Olympian, a gold medalist, one of the most skilled players ever, defenders, perimeter guys ever. And yet, you know, this generation is like, oh, yeah, he wasn't a primetime player. And the old generation is just thinking about the other greats. And Scotty's got to be like, what the fuck, man? I did everything I possibly could, excelled in every possible way, and everybody always just kind of goes like, oh, yeah, he was a nice piece of the puzzle. That's gonna end up being my fucking my story here at Barstool. I'll be the Scottie Pippen of Barstool. And I'll be a surly old man, and I'll be calling people racist when I'm trying to sling my book and my liquor down the stretch because I was the Scottie Pippen of the internet. Man, fuck that. No one, don't ever be a Scottie Pippen. Which is, it sounds counterintuitive. It sounds like you should strive to be a Scottie Pippen, but don't end up being a Scottie. Try to be a Michael. Try to be a LeBron. Try to be a KD. Otherwise, I think it's almost better to be, you know, your own guy on a. It's better to be like the big fish in a small pond. Otherwise, because when you end up living that the legacy that he did, where you're just reduced to calling Phil Jackson a racist, while you're like, buy my book and take a sip of this liquor. Yikes! So don't be a Scottie Pippen. Fuck the summertime. And fuck you, Kelly Keegs. Next time you write some shit about me like that, come and say it to my face and put my name on it, you shady bitch. Everybody go watch Barstool vs. America tonight, too. It'll be episode, 3 or 4 will be out every week, all this week, every night, 7 p.m., Barstool vs. America. Also, we got a live show for KFC Radio coming up Thursday, July 15th. in Nyack, up in Rockland County, just like 35 minutes north of the city. So if you live in Manhattan, you want to come up, you can take a trip, come see me in fights. If you live in the area, out in the burbs or over the Tappan Zee, you can come to the Improv. It's the Levity Comedy Club. Go to improv.com. You can check, just search for KFC Radio, buy tickets. They're almost sold out, but there's a decent amount left. You can still get in there. That's Thursday, July 15th. We also got bathing suits on sale right now. Go to the Barstool Sports Store. You can look under KFC Radio or the Viva brand. We got 3 different colors of the bathing suits. Those are all flying off the shelves. Feidelberg has the new Fast 9 shirts out. Anything else to promote? We got product-wise? Oh, and Answer the Internet. It's Answer the Internet week. So the triumphant return of one of the best internet series going. It's Answer the Internet, where we talk to all the best comedians, podcasters, entertainers, actors, celebrities, all from every field, and we hit them with the weirdest, most difficult questions the internet has to offer. Questions from KFC Radio, questions from the old school Internet 1.0 days. So hypotheticals, would you rathers, all from your best and favorite comics. It's coming out Monday, June 5th. So right after the holiday, you're coming home, you're dragging your ass home, you're hungover, you're sunburned, the summer has kicked your ass. You can check out the new episode of Answer the Internet featuring Dan Soder and Shane Gillis together, the dynamic duo. You can buy the card game, download the app. There's a whole bunch of new features for the app, new decks, new questions. So if you've got the app, you can update it. If you want to download it, it's free right now, and then you can buy the bundles of cards. But ATI is back both on YouTube, in stores, and on the app. So go check it out, and I'll see you guys next week. All right, thanks for watching. Make sure that you click that subscribe button, hit the bell icon, and leave a comment below. I'll chop it up with you in the comment section. Let me know what you thought about today's episode, as well as what you want to hear in the future.